Continue to last part. Yang Cheon have to meet his father to discuss something. Let's continue now. At this moment, Yang Cheon was facing his father, Gu Keelan. He drank a glass of water and then began to speak. Why did you break Namgong's arm? Yang Cheon looked at him with a worried expression but thought to himself, it doesn't look like you just wanted to ask. He sighed and began to explain. Namgong Chongjin challenged me to a match, and I accepted it. But during the match, he clearly showed his intention to kill, so I responded like that. Using all the killing intent, are you sure? He immediately replied, yes, there were many people around. He thought for a while then said, it seems you have achieved something in your duel. That's good, keep at it. Yes. Then he closed his eyes again and began to ponder in his own world. He defeated the lightning dragon who had reached 3-star, but his expression wasn't very happy, maybe it was his habit. Then he continued to say to him, if you had a conflict with the Namgong clan, so you must have met your fiancé first? His words also surprised him. He wondered, how did things turn out like this? What was meant to be? He thought as he clenched his fists. Then he asked him, about the engagement with Namgong clan? I would like to ask how it went. He immediately took out a piece of paper and said, that's what the elders decided, it won't be bad for you. And he just denied it. I thought it was very bad. Then he emphasized and continued, the breaking off of the engagement with the Peng clan was unavoidable. I don't think this will ruin things. After hearing this, he also felt that it was difficult to escape anymore. That means there's no second chance. Even if I want to refuse, it's basically my fault about the Peng family, so I wouldn't be in a position to refuse. I messed up. At this moment, he opened the paper and took it out. Summer will be here soon. Yang Cheon wondered, summer, so what are you trying to say? The battle for supremacy will begin on Mount Manhwa. Hearing him mention it, Yang Cheon immediately remembered the scene of the massacre there and broke out in a sweat. What do you mean? At this moment he handed the paper to him, his heart was still full of questions. Then he opened it and saw what inside. Then he asked, so what do you want me to do? He simply replied, bring it. What? Me? We will prepare for departure in 10 days. I'm sorry, but I just came back from Sichuan today. It's fine if you refuse. Hearing that he immediately happily replied, then I won't go. But before he could finish speaking, he was interrupted. Instead, if you go, I will give you to send in from the clan treasury. When Yang Cheon is struggling to talk with his father, Muyun and Soel-Ah are outside eating something. When will the young master come out? Isn't it about an hour for a conversation with the clan's head? We just came back from long trip. Soel-Ah's so tired. Me too. But we are guard and servant of young master. We will need to follow young master at all times. Then, isn't it wrong to hide and eat like this? That's right. If you get caught, the two of them are talking to each other without knowing that Yang Cheon is right behind them. He immediately asked them, what are you doing? Let's go. At which point Muyun's face went blank. When Muyun was about to explain to him, he immediately said, you both need to prepare because we have to go to Wazan Mountain in 10 days. Huh? Yes, young master. And Soel-Ah now shows a weary expression. Soel-Ah has to go again. It's annoying. He ignores Soel-Ah's words and continue. It's something the clan's head told you to do. If you have a problem with it, tell it to the clan's head. Muyun immediately asked him, is there something happened this time? He was silent while still holding that piece of paper. He told me to bring the youngest. Now that he had returned to his mansion, he was lurking outside the door, then looking around as if checking for something. And we know what he wants to check, right? He feel relief. The second elder and his sister are all gone. He started whining, those Namgung bastards in Sichuan, and my sister came back when I got home. I thought it was over. Now this time, he told me to go to Mount Wazan and bring back the youngest. After entering the room he jumped into bed even though it was only evening. Whatever, I'm just going to sleep all day today. The scene turned dark. The moon was high in the sky. At this time our main character is still sleeping soundly. Then suddenly someone was standing right next to his bed. Then the person spoke up. Dumplings. He heard the sound and was half awake and half asleep at this moment. Then that person immediately put hand around his neck and held his head, causing him to scream. When he looked back, he realized it was his sister. Do you think it makes sense to skip dinner at your age? He kept screaming while she kept stuffing dumplings into his mouth. Eat it, chew it carefully, and he still tried to say something to her while struggling. After a while, he pulled out of her arms and spoke. Sister, why are you here? Why I can't be here? Yes, you can't. This is my room. Then it's also my room, isn't it? Did you drunk? You are talking nonsense. She immediately took out a bottle of wine for him to see. I'm going to drink now. What with this human? I was worried that you wouldn't show up for dinner, so I even brought dumplings for you. Are you going to treat me like this? Especially, I am so sad because of my younger brother's engagement with the Namgong girl. After hearing this he immediately choked. Why are you suddenly bringing this up? You are so happy that make you choke, huh? More than your older sister? Save that nonsense for later because you've had a few drinks still. She continued drinking and said, damn it, Yang Cheon, how did I raise you? Can't you drink that outside instead of passing out here? What are you talking about? Tonight, you will be sleeping with your older sister, she said with a proud look as if she had won over his fiancé, and he calmly replied, then you can sleep here and I will sleep outside. You are heartless bastard. What are we going to sleep together at this age? You are still just a kid to me. It does seem that what to me. Then she raised the wine bag high to drain it. Then, with a satisfied look, wah, it's a good drink, and he's still as calm as before. And you will leave once you finish that. She sat there, absent-mindedly looking up at the moon tonight. The beautiful moon with countless stars around it was so perfect. She immediately called him, brother, yes. Should you have a duel with sister?